Star Knitwear is a family business originally. We started 30 years ago. My dad was the founder. We wanted Star to be a cutting-edge factory in terms of the efficiency of the systems, and as well to have the technology that made us avant-garde and also being ahead of everybody else. Because we felt that if we're in a global economy, in a global market, we can't be protected, we can't look for excuses. And so Mauritius, the edge we have to have is product driven. So as you've seen today, we have our own design team. We have the full integration. So we basically create from the fabric right up to the finished garment. So that gives us a big advantage of being able to develop something within a very short lead time, offer it to a customer and have it in the shop within 6 weeks, which is very difficult for many of our competitors to do. People today are global. People are no longer local. You know, in the old days, a person living in Senegal had no idea what was happening in London. But today with their phones, they know what's the latest trends. Fashion is not a timetable you can specify. It's based on giving the market what it wants when it wants, right? Our main retailers, the profile, are fashion retailers, and these are Topshop, Revile and Urban Outfitters in UK. Now, we've also developed the South African market, which will be of interest to you, which is not an easy market because South Africa traditionally was buying in China and they were used to very low prices and but they worked on very long lead time models. But we tried to introduce into South Africa very short lead times, where we brought in even retailers like Mr. Price, who are very price driven, and Edgar's and Fushini's and these type of Cape Union Mart and so forth. We're looking seriously now at working in terms of online. As the retail structures take longer to be established, we go direct to the consumer. And many young Africans today buy their clothing online. So why does it make a difference whether they buy it online supplied from Kenya or from Mauritius? We went through a lot of crises as well. I mean, we never had a smooth run in Mauritius because first of all, you must remember, Mauritius doesn't have an inherent culture of textile. Secondly, we didn't have the labor force. We had to import workers. And thirdly, we are far from all our markets. We just had to accept that there was no fallback. We either survived or we died. We create about currently 30,000 jobs directly. We have more expats than locals. But what's happening is that we are creating other downstream industries. We are creating upstream industries. So I think that the net of, let's say that the gross employment could be around 120,000 people, direct and indirect. So when people ask me what's the role in the GDP, it may be 7% directly, but it could be far more indirectly. We do around, let's say currently we're doing about 800,000 pieces a month. We can go above 1 million. And the reason for that is we're trying to re-strategize our direction to go more towards higher value, which then means in some cases smaller orders, but we're also looking at fabric sales. So I'd say that the future of our industry will depend a lot on re-looking at the niches that we can build without being labor dependent, you know. So I think that our growth will be more in fabric. Garment making will be there, but it will be much higher value related.